You have to break the habit of being you. This reality is a 24-hour closed loop cycle. Every day, 24 hours a day. And we all play the same game, and we all play by the same rules. All of us have 24 hours, and 95% of all the actions that you take are the same actions that you took yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. Some of your actions, habits, rituals, you may have been practicing for years, sometimes even decades. In order for you to really create a new character and to once and for all reprogram yourself so that you no longer relapse, you no longer perform these destructive, disempowering, debilitating habits like PMO, like jerking off, like busting useless nuts. You've got to break the habit of being you. I've talked about it in the last few videos. You know, the first one is realizing that, hey, you're playing a video game. This is a game. It's the most advanced virtual reality simulation. The purpose of the simulation is to grow, it's to advance, it's to evolve. And this one thing is what is holding you back most, because it's literally draining you of the life force energy that you need to go out and create the life that you desire. If you don't have any energy at your core, at your essence, how can you ever expect to go out and become a millionaire or a billionaire? You really can't. So you've got to master this part of you. And the only way to do that is by completely transforming who you are. So you've got to change the habits, the rituals, the routines that you're practicing day by day, hour by hour, moment by moment. And like I've talked about in the last 2 videos, you know, about recreating an entirely new character. You know, in yesterday's video, I talked about finding some examples of high-level men that you look up to, that you admire, that you can emulate, and break down their character. Do they work out or not? Are they honorable or not? Break down their characteristics, and then envision what you would look like if you embodied those characteristics. Now, man who shoot at nothing, sure to hit it. So if you don't do these action steps, these assignments that I am giving you, then your life is never going to change. It's never going to be different. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. I'm doing it. I'm out here making videos every day. I am recording and logging my journey. I'm on day 5. This morning I woke up, didn't even think about it. I went right into my morning programming, put in my headphones, put on my blackout mask, and I spent a solid hour reprogramming. And that's where it starts. It starts first thing in the morning and last before you go to bed. Those are the times where these urges creep up most often for most men. So this is where you're going to have to create new rituals and new routines that are empowering, that reinforce the man you're becoming, and that create clarity around the man that you're becoming. You got to think about these characteristics that I talked about, writing them down. Strong, confident, charismatic, disciplined, consistent, focused. Those are characteristics. Most men are distracted, lazy, victim, weak. So you've got to, one, take a personal inventory. You've got to get mad at yourself. Anger is a phenomenal emotion because it helps you start taking off, start taking new action. You got to get pissed off. You got to decide that you're better than this, that you deserve better than this. Because if you're a single guy and you've fallen into this trap and you don't get girls, then there's a good chance that your DNA, your lineage stops with you. Because if you don't learn how to get your money up, if you don't learn how to get your body up, your social skills up, if you don't learn all these skills, your DNA ends with you. You don't get to procreate. Because jerking off, watching porn, that's the chicken exit. That's the easy way out. Hey, rather than going and talking to strangers, talking to girls, learning how to have fun, going to the gym, making new friends, making money, all these things, oh, I'm just gonna jerk off, play video games, watch Netflix, all that loser shit. Because in this game, there are only winners and losers. It is binary. There's no other option. And at the end of the day, most men aren't going to make it. Over the next 10 to 25 years, most men aren't going to make it. If there's a major collapse in America, a major civil war, civil unrest, most men aren't going to make it because of the character that they embody. But here's the thing, here's the great part. You can change any time, any moment. Every second is a new second. It's a new opportunity to make up your mind. I'm not gonna be that little bitch anymore. Because that is who you're against in this game. That little bitch. Because if you can't even conquer him, you definitely can't go out into the real world and compete at any level. So you've got to conquer that little bitch before you ever reach any significant heights in this game. Because even in the 99 percentile, you've got the bottom 20%. Those are fucking incels. Those are real fucking losers. So, you've got to follow the steps that I've laid out in these videos. If you haven't seen them all, go back and watch them all. Video 1, I shared my story. Video 2, I shared the real purpose behind retention is not seeing how long you can go. In fact, before I made this video, I had to think about what day I was on. In fact, I got to put it on my calendar and track it, because I'm only going to make like 30 of these videos. So you can watch the progress, because I'm feeling it within me. It's a compounding effect, because I'm not only am I retaining, but I'm also doing a lot of other inner work. I'm doing a lot of self-hypnosis. I'm doing a lot of visualization. I'm doing a lot of emotionalization every morning, every night, while I'm in bed, and then in the middle of the day. So I'm really compounding these effects, and I'm feeling it already on day 5. So it doesn't have to take a long time. But the difference between me and most people is the level of intention, the level of intensity that I'm putting into it. Because just like everything else in life, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. Full stop. So if you can't even make it one day without relapsing, you have very low intention, very low intensity, very low ambition, very low self-control. And that's okay. But you have to admit it to yourself. I'm weak. I'm weak, and I have to overcome this. I have to create strength, because you don't even know how good you can feel. That's the crazy thing. You don't even know how good you can feel until you've overcome this challenge. I don't know, and I feel pretty fucking good. My life is pretty damn good. I was just doing some research for our community, our men's community, last night, talking to ChatGPT about different results to be in the 1% and the 0.1% as far as push-ups, squats, bicep circumference, income, net worth, things of that nature. Okay, I'm 6'2". Right now, I'm between 220 and 225. I'm 16% body fat. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm a crypto billionaire. Okay, I'll be a billionaire within the next 5 years. So my income, I'm in the 0.01%. Some of my crypto holdings, I'm in the 0.001% holders in the world. Okay, I can do, my max right now is 30, I think it's 33 push-ups. Perfect form, all the way down, all the way up. 100 in a row is my target. That's 0.1% of men in the world. Okay, I haven't measured my bicep circumference in some time, but there was a time where I had 19-inch arms. Okay, I've been blessed with beautiful genetics, beautiful hair. Okay, so I'm in. I'm already in. Now, there's some things you can't do anything about. You can't do anything about your height. You know, if you're a short king, as they call it, nothing you can do about that. So then you really got to lean on your musculature. You really got to get your money right. You really got to, because of resources. And I'm telling you that in order for you to really take your life to the peak, internally, because externally, that shit, it means nothing when inside you feel like a piece of shit. When you're still replaying all the old viruses from your childhood. Because most men who go out there and who conquer the material world, make a lot of money, get cars, houses, all this bullshit, drugs, sex, rock and roll, they do that because they're still insecure little boys inside. They didn't have a strong father figure in their life. So in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I'm going to show him. I'm going to go get successful. But then in the end, you're still empty inside. Because that which we do not receive as children, we will seek out as adults. So if you didn't get it from your dad, this is how you give it to yourself. By overcoming these viruses. Let's look at jerking off. Jerking, we'll call it. You know, I don't know what gets kicked off YouTube anymore. I don't really care. I don't monetize this shit. So, jerking. Okay? Jerking, meaningless sex, lack of self-control for sex expression. That is a challenge, a virus that has infected most men. Most modern men have been infected by that virus. So, if you can overcome this major hurdle, you can give yourself the love, the praise, the adoration, the validation, the support that you didn't get growing up. Okay, personally for me, I see that this is a major barrier between me and my dream life, my vision. Like I said, I'm already set up. I'll be living on a fucking yacht in 5 years when I overcome this. Because that reality exists right now for that man. If I continue playing this out, who I am now, the little boy still who likes to have fun, doesn't finish everything he starts, jokes around about everything, just wants to fuck a bunch of girls, get fucked up, get high, smoke weed, pop Adderall, drink alcohol, all those things, then yeah, I might stay at the level that I'm at right now. You know, a few million in the bank. But that's not what I want. To me, this has become the status quo. I want a much bigger house, bigger property. I want a fucking ranch. So in order for me to 10x my life, I have to 10x myself. And so do you. There's no other option. If you want 10 times the results that you're getting in your life right now, you must be 10 times the man. Think about that. I think it was video 3 where I told you to take a personal inventory. Put everything down on paper. Get a notebook where you're tracking, like a journal, you're tracking every day. How many push-ups did I do that day? How much money did I make that day? How much time did I put into building a new business that day? Tracking everything. Because like I said, you will get out of this what you put into it. Nothing more, nothing less. And with every journey, you have to know where you're starting. So put it all on paper. What's your net worth? Do you even know what net worth means? It means your assets minus your liabilities. Once you know exactly where you're at on paper, what's 10 times that? What does your life look like 10 times the current results? That's your destination. And this journey is part of that. Because I'm telling you, and that's why I'm documenting it, to show you is that you will have so much more energy, vitality, clarity, as you start retaining and recirculating that energy. Because I'm telling you, and this is coming, you know, I'm only on day 5, but you have to learn how to cycle that energy, to transmute it so it doesn't get stuck in your second chakra. But anyways, you've got to break the habit of being you. So what I want you to do and start doing, first and foremost, get a journal, get a notebook, and every day start writing out your day. During the day, at the end of the day, recap the day and write everything out so that you know what you did. Because what you did turns into your life. Your life is the way it is because of every action that you take. And every action, remember, 95% of the actions that we all take every day are repeated actions from yesterday. That's what produces our character. Your job, your goal is to break the pattern, break the habits. First, you do that by becoming aware of what those habits look like now, those habits that make up your character. If you're jerking first thing in the morning, that's a habit. It's a very poor, detrimental, disempowering, debilitating habit. Let's look at it like, again, we're playing a video game. So right here at the top, you know, I've got my health bar, I've got my energy bar. If you're jerking first thing in the morning, boom, you're losing 25% or more of your daily energy, vitality, virility, right out the gates. Most men, I would venture to say, are in a deficit. Where they're actually negative on that vitality bar. So you've got to really start putting some days in the bank. Start banking some energy, some vitality, some virility. So, first things first, the most important times of the day to break the habit of being you is first thing in the morning and last thing at night. First thing in the morning sets the tone for the day, and the end of the day is where you can focus, you can intentionally plan on and start installing who you are going to transform into, because you transform most while you're asleep. What I would suggest you do first thing in the morning is you set some alarms. You set some alarms where you're talking to yourself. And if you want some help, definitely check out our school community, our Discord channel, where we've got scripts, we've got self-hypnosis tracks, where you can talk to yourself. That's why I want you to write out the highest vision of yourself. What does your ideal self look like? What does the fucking man look like? Because my intention, my hope is while I'm making these videos and I'm walking around my neighborhood and I got people who I'm talking about jerking as I'm walking by them, because I don't care. I like myself. I'm a bad motherfucker. And I want that to come across. I'm not perfect. But that's why I'm on this journey. I want to 10x my life. And in order to do that, I've got to get out of my comfort zone. I've got to express myself. I've got to document myself, document my journey, so that I can be an example, so I can be Uncle Gary for those that need the help. So how you talk to yourself reinforces the character that you're acting out, that you are portraying in this game. So you want to be very careful, very intentional with your words. Your words are your spells. You are casting spells on yourself. You already have, you continue to do so, and you will continue to do so until you break the pattern, break the habit of repeating the same words, the same thoughts, the same ideas, the same beliefs that have gotten you to where you are today. So how would you talk to yourself in that first person? I'm a billionaire, investor, and entrepreneur. I'm 6'2", 220 pounds, 10% body fat. I can do 100 push-ups in a row, perfect form. I have friends all around the world. I have a strong, confident, charismatic character. I live in an incredible 10,000 square foot house on a 100-acre property with a big ass pond, fruit trees. Create your ideal vision of yourself and your ideal life. Create a script around it. Record it on your phone. All of mine are on my phone. They go off at 3:33 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and 7:07. Where I'm just reciting my principles, I'm reciting my vision statement, my mission statement, even while I'm asleep. Because while I'm asleep, the conscious mind is at rest and it's completely open. The gates are opened to the subconscious mind. So I want to be programming even while I'm sleeping. And then, like I said, for the last few days, and even more so moving on because it feels so damn good, every morning before I get out of bed, starting at 6 o'clock, put on my headphones, put on my blackout mask, and I listen to meditation tracks. I listen to self-hypnosis tracks. Where again, I'm seeing my ideal life. I'm creating it in my own mind. The key to all of this, the key to breaking the habit of being you, is creating emotions that you are not used to feeling consistently, like pride, like courage, like confidence, like charisma, like self-love, self-esteem. Right now, I would venture to say that most men feel insecure, insignificant, inferior. They've got guilt, they've got shame, they've got anger, they've got resentment. Those are the emotions that most men feel most often, especially men who struggle with jerkin. Because jerkin puts you automatically in the most heightened state There's no other action that produces as much dopamine as jerking. So to get out of those emotions, especially first thing in the morning, you wake up, you're like, fuck, I'm back in the game again. I gotta go to this shitty job. I gotta fucking talk to Barbara in HR or whatever it is. I got some shitty girlfriend. I don't make enough money. My house, I'm about to lose my house, my cars, my blah, 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 whatever it is. So I know if I jerk it, I'm gonna get a massive rush of dopamine. I'm gonna feel great in the moment. And at least I can escape my life. But then what happens? You get done, you feel shameful, you feel like a piece of shit, and it just compounds, it adds. So the point to breaking the habit of being yourself is you want to start cultivating the emotions of confidence, charisma, self-esteem. You want to build your self-image to a high level. And you can only do that by taking new actions, by creating new habits, by creating new rituals in your life. There's no other way. You have to take massive action. Like I said, you are going to get out of this what you put into it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And most men are not going to make it. Because like I've said, the path is long, it's narrow, it is arduous, and it is as fine as a razor's edge. That's why I'm giving you all these tips, all these assignments, all these tools, all these strategies to help you, because this is about creating a new character. You have to completely redesign who you are as a man. You must completely redesign your life. Because the goal, let's say, get a new car, have the desire, get a new car, get a new house, get a fine-ass girlfriend. All those things, that's the carrot that will dangle in front of you so that you'll make the changes you need to make. Because until, like I've said in this video, if you want 10x the results that you're getting right now, if you're living in your mom's house, your dad's house, you don't have a car, you don't make good money, you're weak, you're skinny fat, you drink soda, you play video games, and your life fucking sucks, and you know what you need to do, and this is part of it, then you've got to create the destination, and it can look like whatever you decide. But you have to decide what it is, get crystal clear about it, and then you've got to get on the path. And you've got to start making those changes. So you can go on YouTube. There's a ton of different, meditation, free meditation on YouTube. I'll put some links in the community. What's up, man? Where you can get those powerful meditations, great stuff, where you can listen to every morning totally for free. I'm actually creating some right now of my own that we'll have on YouTube shortly. So I'll put those links in the description and in the community so you can listen to those that are specific to retention, specific to recreating your ideal self. But you want to do that every morning, every night. You can even go so far as to setting up an alarm so that while you're asleep, you're getting the programming. And then if you're not going to the gym, you've got to get in the gym. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You've got to temper this body. Because the body is what's in control of you right now, the urges of the body. And if you don't have the money right now to go get a gym membership, find the money. Get rid of Netflix, get rid of PlayStation Store bullshit, get rid of it. Get in the gym, start doing push-ups in your room. It may sound cliche, but you've got to move the body differently. Motion creates emotion. By moving your body, doing push-ups, body weight squats, jump roping, you are going to cultivate confidence, charisma, power, strength. Those are the emotions of your ideal character. And the only way to get them is by doing things that get them. So, last thing is write out your ideal day. Write out a script, a few paragraphs of what your ideal day looks like. What time do you wake up? What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Me, I've discovered now how amazing it is to start my day off with auto-suggestion. Reprogramming myself. Going into my mind, and with my imagination, I'm visualizing my dream life. Then I get out of bed, I go down, I get hydrated, I drink water with electrolytes. I start taking some of my supplements. Then I go down and I do some deep work, computer work. Like this morning, I'm creating a bunch of frequencies and tones for the hypnosis tracks that I'm creating right now. So I spent a couple hours doing that. Now I'm on my walk. I'm also recording content. So I'm getting, boom, 2 birds, 1 stone. Now I've got my 10,000 steps in just through this one walk alone. Boom, check that off the list. Everything else is gravy. So I'll probably get roughly 17,000 steps in today. Plus I made content. Check, check. I'm gonna reach out to some friends, talk to them about getting their pre-orders in for their bracelets, 24 karat and pure silver bracelets from my company. Then I'm gonna work on, I'm actually gonna go home right now and get some push-ups done. Today's push-up day. Yesterday was leg day. I'm gonna get that done. My son is home early, so we're gonna go get some groceries for him. I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna record some more tracks for the hypnosis tracks that I'm working on. Getting it done. Living my ideal life. Every day is getting better and better, especially now that I'm overcoming the challenges that I know I must overcome. Being sober now, no drinking alcohol, haven't popped an Adderall for probably 200 days now, don't even know, have lost track. I haven't smoked weed for almost a year now. So fucking proud of myself. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy. Sometimes you might even fall off track, and that's okay. That's why it's so important to plug in with other men that are on the same path that you're on. So I invite you, if you are someone who really wants to take their life to the next level, even if, and especially if, you're a high net worth, high income entrepreneur or investor. You've conquered, you've mastered the material world, but you still feel empty inside. I invite you to join our community. This is leading edge stuff. I'm telling you. Check it out. Link is in the description. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.